Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. And some time back I created a video of credit card entry form. And you can actually visit this. It was around like 9 months ago. And if you see a little bit of this video, you can see that I can enter the credit card holder name and it goes into a really nice display. I can enter the credit card number. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm adjusting my name over there and credit card number, whatever the number is. So you can see that I can enter the number. I can enter the expiration date. It goes to expiration date. And finally CCV code. And it flips the card and then I can enter the CCV code. All right. So I have this video and it works. Everything is fine. But what I thought was, how will it work, or how can I create this using AI tools? All right, so that will be interesting. That is AI capable of generating this kind of a display? Or maybe even better, what if I just give AI something very simple? So if I go over here, maybe I can just give AI this kind of like a UI, user interface, and then let's see what AI does with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with taking a small screenshot of this. There we go. And then going to ChatGPT. Now, before I even start, I want to tell you something very important, that just because you can go to ChatGPT and ask some question or prompt some questions and get the result and copy paste it into Xcode and it runs, does not mean that you should be blindly copy pasting everything from AI. You should be able to understand what AI code is generating, because sooner or later you will have to go back and edit it, change it. Now, I've already done that part because I've already created those things when I recorded this video, but obviously the AI will take a different route. So whenever AI is generating some code for you, please make sure that you understand the code and don't just blindly copy the code, because I have seen AI generating the code and sometimes it does some weird stuff where some passwords were getting exposed and a lot of weird stuff was going on. So make sure that when you are generating the code, copy pasting the code, you go through the code and understand what it is doing. All right. So what are we building? A credit card entry form, right? All right. So I'll say in SwiftUI, create credit card entry form. User can enter credit card number, expiration date. User can flip the card with animation, and on the back they can enter the CCV code. Use the attached screenshot for UI design. You can see that I'm not using like the correct English. Like sometime I'm spelling the words correctly, sometime I'm not. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm not using uppercase where it's necessary. So it doesn't really matter for the AI. So I'm just going to select that screenshot that we took earlier on and see what it generates. I mean, it does have the screenshot. Maybe it will generate some sort of a new user interface. We don't know. Okay, so it's generating all this code, and this is what I was talking about. That make sure that you understand this code. Whatever AI is writing, make sure that you understand it. All right. Okay, so it's creating credit card entry view, credit card front view, credit card back view. Okay, all right. Let's see if it runs or not. All right, so I'm going to go back over here and paste it. And I think credit card entry view will be our entry. So I need to update my Learn app to use this credit card entry view instead of the content view. We don't really have any content view now. And let's see what it does. Okay, looks very much close to what I actually expected, right? And I can say, okay, that's pretty good. I can also say expiration date. Oh, it actually created this kind of like animation. I don't really like this animation. I mean, I guess it's okay, but you know, it's kind of weird. Um, let's see, what can we do? What can we say? We can say add a text field for to enter CCV code when text field is in focus, then perform flip animation so I can enter CCV code in the back of the card. You know, let's see if it understands that. So it's going to write the whole thing kind of like again. Okay. I also want like a flip animation. I think it uses some different animation it's doing, right? And that's the thing. I mean, you can run AI like 100 times. Each time it's going to produce like a different kind of a result. So you have to like tweak these things a lot. Not a lot, sorry, but you do still have to tweak these things. Okay. So credit card enter 5454 something 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 02 34. Well, it didn't really do any flip animation. It's still doing that animation, right? I don't like that. So this is somewhere where we have to figure it out. Okay. Once the user enters something in CCV text field, then flip the card and allow user to enter the CCV code in the back of the card. I thought I said something similar already, but let's see if it does something. And it's not really doing any flip kind of like animation, so it's doing a little bit weird. All right. Let's go back again. Okay. No, still it doesn't. No, it just does. It doesn't allow me to do that. It just likes that kind of like animation. And now there's no way to go back. So now we're stuck. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So basically, it has removed the text fields. So what can we do? How about if we don't have these text fields? If I say remove text fields and embed them directly in the card. Let's see, maybe we can just embed it directly in the card, right? Instead of having the text field kind of like separate. So even though it may not achieve what we wanted, we can learn from it, like how it's doing these things. Okay, so now the text fields are directly over here, 02, whatever. But there's no CCV. Right now, we cannot really enter CCV. Once the card is tapped, perform a flip animation and allow user to enter CCV code in the back of the card. Is it CCV or CVV? Let me see, actually double check it. It's CCV, so I'm not sure why it's calling it CVV. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't like that animation. Um, let's see. Make sure to add flip animation. All right, let's see. Okay, now I think it's going a little bit in a correct way, rotation 3D effect, because that is what is needed to perform the actual flip. All right, so you can see that sometimes it does take a while. I mean, this one took us a while to create these kind of animation because it was creating some different animation. There we go. So now it's creating this kind of animation, which is fine. I think if I say 1, 2, 3, I can enter that, and then I can actually go ahead and enter something over here. So it's not always perfect. I can go ahead and enter some date, flip it back. All right. What about the name? So now you can see that we can click over here and we can click over here, but what about the name, right? Are we allowed to enter the name? Probably doesn't look like that we are allowed to enter the name because we don't have a name text field for some weird reason. Yeah, this is just John Doe. Yeah, right there. All right. So over here, I guess we can do something on our own to allow to enter the name. But I can actually select this and I can go over here and say this should be a name text field. Okay. I guess it's going to write the whole thing again. All right. Let's go ahead and copy it. Let's go ahead and run it. Okay, so over here I can say 42, 42, and the name, whatever. And over here, and then we can enter that. If I click over here, that's fine. Click anywhere else, I guess, then it kind of flips. All right. So as you have seen that it's not like that if I'm typing it for the first time, it will give me that code. I mean, sometimes it does happen that if I'm prompting something, then it will always give me the correct code on the first try. But you can always go and, change your prompt and add to it. So it kind of depends on what you actually want, but it's having good idea of what to prompt is very important. Now, so we have created kind of like a new interface. This was not what we started with. We started with the text fields and all that, but now it's allowing us to create like a new interface that all of these things are embedded into the credit card. All right. So hopefully you have enjoyed it and hopefully you can see the power of AI tools in your workflow. Once again, remember that although AI can generate this code for you, it is very important for you to go through this code, understand what this is actually doing. All right. So hopefully you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much. If you have enjoyed this video and want to support my channel, then check out azamsharp.school. I just published a brand new course which is AI for iOS developers. This course is still under construction and you're going to learn about ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, and Cursor. So if I go ahead and open this up, you can see that some of the chapters are already, or some of the sections are already available to you. You can watch the promo video also. And these sections include starting with creating a tip calculator, but then building the Apple Stocks application from scratch, and also building the backend using Express.js. And then also building the Taco Finder application, which uses the Maps API in SwiftUI. So this is a really practical course and it will show you that how AI can be your companion where you're also learning from AI, but also validating what the code is being generated from AI. So hopefully you have enjoyed it. The link will be right there in the description. And this is available at this early bird pricing of $89. If you subscribe to Azam Sharp School, then you get access to all of the courses under one umbrella, and you can access like 160 plus hours of content. All right. So that's what most people end up actually doing. They subscribe, they become a member. There's a Slack channel for members. There's also monthly meetings where we discuss stuff. So a lot of fun stuff. So thank you so much again. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and like. Thank you.